Chapter 42. 4 in 1. Snap, 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 snap. In the center of Gu Hai's brow, below the black chess pieces, the chess pieces were constantly changing on the 28 vertical and horizontal small chess board on the white crystal. Gu Hai's mind phantom body then stared at the chessboard dead on. This staring was for 3 days. Gu Hai's main body unconsciously ate a little something, but his mind was immersed in this chessboard all the time. As he watched, Gu Hai's mind illusion body seemed to have come to a realization. His eyes slowly moved away from the white crystal and suddenly looked down to the 100,000 quivering stumps below. The 100,000 chessboards were trembling, if they felt what Gu Hai was thinking in his heart. Remnants of a game that can be pieced together. Gu Hai steeply narrowed his eyes. Steeply, the 100,000 chessboards had 4 of them suddenly moved to the center. Boom! With a loud bang, the 4 chessboards were spliced into one chessboard, originally each with 19 longitudinal and horizontal meridians and wefts. But at this moment, with a loud splice, it transformed into one large chessboard. And in a single moment, it transformed into 38 longitudinal and horizontal meridians and wefts each. A huge chessboard was born. After these 4 discs were spliced together, there were instantly 1,444 chess positions. And a huge chessboard was born, in which after the pieces were placed, there were also steeply more endless variables in general. Splicing, Gu Hai's eyes lit up. It was as if he had found something he liked. Boom, boom, boom. The 100,000 remnants of the game below. Under Gu Hai's combination, 4 discs merged into one. 4 discs merged into one, constantly splicing into a large chessboard with 1444 chess positions. The original small game of 4 in 1 had suddenly undergone a heavenly change, becoming infinitely more complex. Gu Hai also seemed to be enlightened. Gu Hai felt that his vision had steeply become enormous with this splicing, a feeling of a blessed heart. Even, Gu Hai felt that because of this splicing, his mind was metamorphosing and baptizing in general, an indescribable feeling, as if his spirit had sublimated all of a sudden. Not just any 4 pieces could be spliced together to form a chessboard, but only a specific one. Gu Hai's mind seemed to be divided into 2 parts. One part of it watched the 100,000 chessboards merge below, while the other part once again stared at the small chessboard on that crystal. Although the small chessboard only had 28 lines across, but, as if it was hiding a big secret, it was only just seeing half of it. It had already benefited Gu Hai quite a lot. Gu Hai had a feeling that he could know more from this chessboard. Moreover, Gu Hai felt that as the pieces of the small chessboard changed and consumed a stream of energy, the procedure of this chessboard might only be able to be displayed once, and when this display was over, it would be gone. So Gu Hai extremely cherished this opportunity. Boom, boom. Amidst the 100,000 remnants of the game constantly merging 4 by 4, Gu Hai was immersed in the sensation of the small chessboard. Outside, Chen Chongshun and Gao Xianzi stood guard outside the cave, and Xiao had been standing guard inside the cave, keeping watch over Gu Hai, sleeping for a while when she was tired, and looking at Gu Hai when she woke up. She didn't mind being boring at all, and occasionally, when she looked at Gu Hai who had his eyes closed, she would also have a slight blush on her face. Eunuch, thank you for saving me. At that moment, I already saw death. As if the whole world wanted me to die. I was so helpless. I was so desperate. I was so cold. I was so weak at that time. I might have died that way, but at that moment, I watched you walk. Your whole body was radiating light. Your light made me so warm all of a sudden. Thank you, eunuch. In the midst of Xiaoru's nagging words, she looked at Gu Hai with more and more tenderness in her eyes. Outside the cave, Gao Xianzi looked up at the sky, his eyes quite grave. Rumble. At the 100 longevity peach tree, the Hydra once again faced a group of cloud beasts. Moreover, As the Hydra devoured other cloud beasts and golden pieces, the Hydra's size grew bigger and bigger. And in the past few days of work, it had already reached the size of 500 zhong. Roar! The Hydra let out a roar, a ferocious aura that tore through the heavens and earth, shaking the entire world violently. There were a total of 5 cloud beasts, and all of them were being bitten by the 5 snake heads at this moment. Let go of us. Bastard. I should have come later. I came early. Ah. The crowd of cultivators immediately abandoned the golden chess pieces and the cloud beasts and fell down from the high sky. Roar. The Hydra let out a roar and swallowed the 5 great cloud beasts into its stomach together. Buzz. The 9-headed serpent rose 10 feet once again. The 9 dukes stood on top of the serpent's head in the center, looking coldly at the 5 cultivators falling from mid-air. A bunch of losers. The chess power actually overlaps so much with the previous ones. Humph. The 9th duke let out a cold snort. The snake's tail flung violently towards the 5 cultivators. Boom hard. The 5 cultivators immediately spat blood from their mouths and were smashed out. High in the sky, the battle came to a halt. The 9th prince looked down on the 4 directions. Come on, don't you want the 100 longevity peach tree? If you want it, come and die. In the distant sky, there were still 10 cloud beasts scattered, but this group of cloud beasts didn't charge at the 9th prince. Instead, they coldly watched. After all, they were too small in size. Gao Xianzi's eyes narrowed slightly as he stared at the domineering 9-headed snake. Zazza. A loud noise came from the forest, but it was Chen Chongshun who scurried out from the forest not far away. Senior Chen, how is it? Gao Xianzi immediately asked. Chen Chongshun took a deep breath and said, I have probed clearly every aboriginal settlement. There are things that produce golden chess pieces. It is rumored that there were very few of them that appeared 200 years ago. But this time when it was turned on, it was the golden chess pieces that sprang up as if they were blowing out of a well. Oh, the news has already leaked out. A bunch of outsiders, nearly all of them ran to the aboriginal settlement, wanting to obtain the golden chess pieces. As for how to obtain them, I don't know anymore, and next, I think there will be more and more people obtaining the golden chess pieces. And there will definitely be more and more cloud beasts as well. Chen Chongshun frowned. Gao Xianzi's eyes narrowed slightly as he looked towards the 9-headed snake in the sky, and the 10 cloud beasts in the sky. Gao Xianzi, what do you say? Do we still have to wait? Chen Chongshun said with some urgency. Gao Xianzi took out his own golden chess piece and said, after a moment of silence, this golden chess piece, as long as we communicate with our hearts, it is as if it can read our chess power, and we can also feel a force of the heaven and earth through it and condense our own cloud beasts. Yes, and by the looks of it, it can also devour other people's cloud beasts, and subsequently, along with the chess power, it can also be devoured and become bigger. Chen Chongshun frowned. Gao Xianzi nodded. The strength of the cloud beasts is determined by the chess power. Worthy of being the small world of the Game Heaven Pavilion, everything is related to chess. Gao Xianzi frowned. If we don't make a move, that Hydra is getting stronger. Chen Chongshun worried. Gao Xianzi looked at the cave not far away. The helmsman is in seclusion at the moment. If he comes out of seclusion, he must be thinking the same as us. That is the 100 longevity peach tree, Chen Chongshun advised. Gao Xianzi nodded and said, indeed, the opportunity has come. If we let it go, we will all regret it. Chen Chongshun's eyes lit up and said, then we'll start now. No, wait. Let's take care of Xiaoru and hide the cave where the helmsman is before we start, Gao Xianzi solemnly said. Good. Chen Chongshun nodded. He hid the cave and explained to Xiaoru. Xiaoru naturally had no objections to taking care of Guhai and agreed on the spot. Gao Xianzi took Chen Chongshun far away from the carefree valley for insurance purposes before he began to manipulate the golden chess pieces. Chen Chonchen closed his eyes and clamped the chess piece, sensing his surroundings. Buzz. Steeply, rolling clouds erupted around Chen Chonchen, and in the midst of the clouds, 100-foot beast slowly emerged. But it was a 100-foot giant bull. Roar! The giant bull roared, showing all the colors of frenzy, while half of Chen Chanchen's body had already plunged into the bull's head. Standing on top of the bull's head, his whole body was soothed. Cloud beast. So this is how it feels, so strong, Chen Chonchen said excitedly. Turning his head, Chen Chonchen looked towards Gao Xianzi. Boom! The rolling clouds reappeared, while the place where Gao Xianzi was located, a 200 feet long giant dragon, emerged steeply. The giant dragon was hideous, with a pair of wings on top of its back. It looked ferocious and incomparable. Hiss, Yinglong. Chen Chonchen looked at the cloud beast that Gao Xianzi had condensed in surprise. Gao Xianzi stood on top of the dragon's head, feeling how powerful he was. Obviously, Gao Xianzi's chess power was much higher than Chen Chanchen's, and the cloud beast was twice as large as Chen Chanchen's. Gao Xianzi, let's go. Let's go capture the 100 longevity peach tree. You attack from the south and I'll attack from the north, Chen Chonchen said excitedly. Gao Xianzi, however, shook her head and said, No, we're not going to the 100 longevity peach tree. Huh, Chen Chonchen said in disbelief. I promised you to strike now, not to go to the Hydra to seek death, but because we have a chance that no one else has, we are the first batch to get the golden chess pieces. One step first, one step first, Gao Xianzi said in a deep voice. If we don't go to the 100 longevity peach tree, then where? Chen Chonchen said in disbelief. To devour other cloud beasts and strengthen myself, Gao Xianzi said in a deep voice. Huh. If we go to the Hydra now, we're just looking for death. If the Hydra can devour cloud beasts to strengthen itself, why can't we? When we are even stronger than the Hydra, that would be the best time to grab the 100 longevity peach tree, Gao Xianzi said in a deep voice. Right, Chen Chanchen's eyes lit up. Moreover, we'll ally ourselves and devour other cloud beasts to become even more powerful even faster, Gao Xianzi said. I'll listen to you. Chen Chonchen was instantly excited. Go, Gao Xianzi bellowed throughout his life. Boom! Yinglong's wings spread out and the giant ox's feet stomped, stepping on the clouds and rushing towards a cloud beast in the sky. Boom! Not much later, the duo surrounded the place of a cloud wolf. What do you want? The man on the cloud wolf said with a glare in his eyes. Roar, roar! Yinglong and the giant bull didn't even pay attention and charged up at once. Rumble! The great battle in the sky opened up. At the 100 longevity peach tree, the 9th prince saw the battle in the sky and abruptly changed his face. Not good. In a mountain forest below, Meng Tai looked at the sky and his face also sank. Big fish eating small fish. Quickly, find the golden pieces as soon as possible. The earlier, the better our chances. When the time drags on, we won't have a chance. Yes, the crowd of One Piece Hall disciples answered.